Happy Friday, everyone. I hope everyone is super excited because I have a lot to talk about. I mean, firstly, death penalty coming back to South Africa. Is it coming back to South Africa? And if it is, I see chaos in our future, and I'll tell you why. Also, public hospitals are now charging people to open a file. If it is true, then why are we calling it a government public hospital in South Africa? Also, I posted a video a couple of weeks ago in terms of the Scorpions being closed down and Zuma be part of all of it. But of course, all of you called me a liar. So, with further ado, let's get into it. Welcome to Kayla After Dark. Okay, first of all, I am your host, Michaela Bella, and I am super excited to start Kayla After Dark with you guys. As you guys know, this is our first episode, and I don't know how it's gonna go, but I am hoping it goes well. Now, we need to talk about something really pressing, like the death penalty coming back to South Africa. I know a lot of people in South Africa have been talking about bringing the death penalty back into our country, where families can get justice and victims can also get justice. And I want us to talk about the death penalty. Let's take it back to the 1600s. Now, during British rule, death penalty became formally part of the criminal justice system in South Africa. And after SA became a union, the British legal structure stayed in place. The Criminal Procedure Act and penal codes kept the death penalty in the 1900s. In 1910 to 1917, we didn't really have our own procedural acts, and we were still using colonial law. It was not until 1917 where the Criminal Procedure Act was unified, especially with the Criminal Procedure and Evidence Act in 1917. That became unified and was used in South African law. Now, it applied to across everything: arrests, bail, and even death penalty. In 1955, the government introduced the Criminal Procedure Act of 56 of 1955, which replaced the Act of 1917. Won't lie, the Criminal Procedure Act of 1955 was horrible. It gave more apartheid regime and more power to control a lot of South Africans, especially black South Africans. Remember, this was still back in the 1900s where we were still dealing with apartheid. It made it easier for police to arrest and detain people without fair trial procedure. Allowed people to also abuse their power, and a lot of people were killed without any trial. Now, why do I say it gave more power to criminalize black people? More black people were falsely accused of crimes that they did not commit. I'll give you a couple of cases. We have individuals like Vuyisile Mini, Wilson Kayinga, Zinakile Mkabe. They were executed on the 6th of November 1964. They were the members of the MK party, and they were convicted and sabotaged in the murder of police informant. They were accused that they had killed police member or informant, and therefore they got the death penalty, and unfortunately they were killed, or as we would say, executed. State's evidence was really weak. There was no evidence, and even the confessions or witnesses were also weak. There's also another case of Solomon Mahlangu, Benjamin Moloise, and so much more. Believe me, they also received the death penalty, and their evidence was weak. Their case is weak. Like, there was no evidence to prove that they actually did those things. But unfortunately, to their race, they were executed and they were killed. Fast forward to 1977, where the Criminal Procedure Act was also still amended, but it didn't really make a huge difference because, to be fair, there was no death penalty and it was still being used to abuse power and, unfortunately, kill or execute the wrong people. So this was the Criminal Procedure Act of 51 of 1977. It was just amended to look neat, but honestly speaking, same laws still applied from the 1955 one. If you guys want me to go into it later on, I'll make another video of it. And it still continued. People were still executed and there was still death penalty. Now, the last person who was executed or faced the death penalty was in 1989. After his execution, death penalty kind of dropped massively. Like, it didn't really happen, but it was still there. It still existed. The last case that actually closed the death penalty is one of the most biggest, still talked about cases, especially in the law field. It was the case of the state versus Mkwanyane, not sure if I said it right, and other, 1995. Now, this case kind of challenged the constitution, or I'd say challenged the Criminal Procedure Act, because it kind of made it clear that it was really important to have the right to life and the right to dignity, and I think that is how the Criminal Procedure Act changed. Now, Mkwanyana and another man were actually sentenced to a death penalty using still the Criminal Procedure of 1977. It was before it was amended. Now, this case came after the new interim constitution, and it faced a big question. Does the death penalty violate human rights? And all 11 judges said it does. It violates human rights, violates human dignity, and it violates the right to life. And now, on the new Bill of Rights, Section 9, Section 10, and Section 11, right to equality, right to human dignity, and the right to life. And also Section 35, the right to a fair trial. It ruled that killing people for punishment is not right, and it's also not just. And also, the biggest thing that they feared was executing someone who's actually innocent. And a lot of people also spoke about having to execute people is not fair, it's unjust, and it's not right. Things had to change, and to this day, a lot has changed, and death penalty has not been back in the books. However, a lot of people have been challenging the courts and the constitution, asking for the death penalty to be brought back into the system, especially the Criminal Procedure Act. But there is a fear that if ever someone is executed and is innocent, it might kind of bring a lot of backlash, a lot of issues, and a lot of people can be sued. A lot of people were not happy about this decision, but death penalty will not be returning back to South Africa. Now, from the history of when it started until now, this is where we have reached, meaning that 100 years ago, yes, death penalty did exist, but 100 years later today, the death penalty will not be returning back. Now, tell me what you think. Do you want the death penalty to return back to South Africa? Or are you guys happy with our Criminal Procedure Act? Now, I know a lot of people have been struggling with creating their CVs and cover letters and making sure that it's still professional and it passes the ATS scan. But I have a solution for you with Sterling Partners. Sterling Partners is an agency that creates CVs and cover letters that are professional, clean, and still nice, with a bit of an aesthetic that you personally like. With Sterling Partners, they can assist you to create your CV and your cover letter. So don't waste your time on applying with a CV that doesn't work or is not professional, because it's 2025. Contact Sterling Partners today. You can check them up on the social media platforms and also the Gmail account. Everything will be on the description box down below. And you can actually get a 20% discount as you can get your cover letter. They're also offering a free cover letter. Get your CV and cover letter today with Sterling Partners. As I mentioned, there are public hospitals that are charging individuals to pay 55 rand in order for them to open their files in the public hospital. And this was captured by one of the people. I believe she's in a political party, and she went to a public hospital where she even actually asked one of the staff workers in terms of why are they charging people 55 rand? Well, else this is a government public hospital. I want us to check this out.
No. Hold on, man. Hold on. This is a government hospital, am I right? Yes. It's not a private hospital. Yes. To get your file, people are paying 55 rand there.
Now, the comment section was going wild. No, this is actually the first time I'm hearing about this, and a lot of people actually have been saying that they actually are being charged in public hospitals to pay. Now, one said, I'm working at a hospital, and the truth is patient pay according to their classification. If there's a bill that stipulates that patients are not supposed to pay, please share SA citizens being stressed because of a hospital bill. Another person says, I think it happens in every public hospital. Not sure if it actually happens in every public hospital, because there's some people who kept saying in Cape Town this doesn't happen in public hospitals. Other people are saying they've used public hospitals but they've never been actually billed. So this actually raises a lot of concern. Another person said, I pay 95 rand with all my visits at Tembisa Hospital, which is actually very concerning, because is it 95 rand or 55 rand or 150? I think if people are actually paying in public hospitals, I think that needs to be actually amended in a bill. Or if it is in a bill, then they actually need to say the certain amount. Because I feel like a lot of hospitals are just charging their own amounts based on certain people or based on what they feel like. There's a lot of talk in terms of saying that they're actually charged to open a file for 55 rand, which is actually very wild, because 55 rand. Besides, which number is it? Is it 55? Is it 70 rand? Because Tembisa Hospital, a lot of people were saying it's 70 rand. Now, according to the National Health Act of 2003, it is legal. Apparently, a lot of public hospitals are allowed to actually charge patients in terms of a fee, but it shouldn't be a fee that is higher, because then it leads to a lot of problems and also a lot of corruption. Now, these fees are outlined in the Uniform Patient Fee Schedule, which categorizes patients based on their income accordingly. I did not know this. This is really wild. I think people really need to know about this, because I did not know about this. A lot of people don't know about this. I'm starting to hear about it only now. Also, which amount is it? Is it 55 rand, 70 rand? Or how does the system work? Is it for admin fee? Because someone said they actually charge for the admin fee and not really for the services. Others are saying it charges for the services. So which one is it? Like, I think this needs to be written down, or I need to be informed, because personally I have no idea what's happening. However, I will look into it, because this is still a bit something that's still blowing up on the media, and I think this needs to be looked into. I will keep you guys updated in terms of what really is happening here. Also, as you guys know, we post every Friday night at 8 p.m. Don't forget to subscribe down below on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Reels, and of course YouTube, because at Kayla After Dark, we take over the night. Don't miss out. If you guys want to email us, you can do so. Send us tips. If you want us to cover certain topics, you can do so. You can send it out right now. Don't miss out, because the truth gets covered in the dark. Join Kayla After Dark now and become a night rider. You guys almost killed me a couple of weeks ago. I had posted a video weeks ago, and I want us to talk about this today. So I had posted a video of the Scorpions being shut down due to the fact that it was actually authorized by Zuma, and a lot of people were calling me a liar. I'm deceiving people. Yo, you called me a lot of names, and I want us to look into these comments. Craziest one: lady is misleading us because the decision to disband Scorpion has been taken in 2007 and 2008, and it's disbanded, and Zonda took that decision. This case she's talking about is still in court, which is its arms deal. Number one, it was actually taken out by a lot of sources, in fact, and also the reason why we had said that Zuma was part of this entire operation is because he's the one who pushed for Scorpions to actually be shut down over a case that is currently still ongoing. But I want us to actually go into this. I'm going to do a series over us look into this, because a lot of people were calling me deceiving, people are calling me misleading, y'all, people calling me a lot of names, and I was like, okay, we'll see who's deceiving who. The person who actually pushed the narrative was Zuma. So yeah, open your minds, open your minds. We'll get into that later on. I'm going to do a series. The reason why I wanted us to talk about this and address this is because I want us to do a series about this and just look into the past cases that have been happening, not in just politics, but also everywhere, you know? Like they always say, no one is above the law. So I want us to look into this case. This case is actually public. Anyway, I'll do a nice video for you guys, and maybe we can make it a series next time. But I've decided to add a game into the Kayla After Dark. It's going to be called Truth in the Dark. So I'm super excited for that, because this is a game where I am going to put on a poll on our Instagram account, on Kayla After Dark Instagram and Kayla After Dark TikTok, and you guys get to rate certain things and we get to discuss it on Truth in the Dark. So I'm super excited for that. I hope you guys are also super excited for that. So you guys can check me out on Instagram for Kayla After Dark, and also TikTok for Kayla After Dark, and Facebook. You guys can also email us. That way you guys can also send us your nice topics that you want us to cover up, you know, because like I said, the truth gets revealed in the dark. Now, if you guys join the YouTube channel, you guys officially become night riders with a badge of a night rider, you know, because we take over the night in the dark. Another announcement I have for you guys is that I am doing a series of Osama bin Laden, and this is one of the cases and biggest things that I've personally wanted to take out. So I am super excited for the series. We're gonna dive into the Osama bin Laden. So if you guys do not know who Osama bin Laden is, then you guys need to subscribe to this channel. And also we're gonna cover the 9/11 attack, we're gonna cover the Kenya attack, the Spain attack. There's a lot to uncover in terms of the series, and I'm super excited for it. With further ado, the series will be starting next week, and I'm super excited for it. So with further ado, I hope you guys are excited for the series, and I hope you guys are tuned in. Don't forget to check out our socials. Don't forget to email us if you have any tips and other topic ideas you want us to discuss. I am your host, Kayla Bella, and I'm super excited to be leading Kayla After Dark. So with further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed taking over the night. Until next time, signing out, Night Riders. I'll see you guys next time.